Jane, the first question I'd like to ask you, I know for you one of your earliest memories, 1953 coronation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, watching those films, what memories has it evoked for you?
Oh, quite a lot, actually. We had a parade in our village. It started at Fry's Lane, and I was dressed as a paint box. My mother dressed me as a paint box.
A paint box?
Yes.
Not your idea, though?
No. A T-shirt,
Mm.
little dress made out of crepe paper with all different colours all over. Palette for my head with a brush stuck out. Well, anyway, we paraded down the village, the whole length of the village, to the pub car park, which was laid out with tables, chairs, bunting, flags, you name it, it was there. And the opposite side of the road, it was all decked out for games for the children. And we had lots of games, like you saw on the film.
And when you saw the games that they were playing on the films,
Yeah.
and the fact that it looked like the whole village was involved.
Yeah, all of us. Yeah, the whole village were involved back then, in those days. We did the wheelbarrow race, throw the welly, didn't have that there, sack race, egg and spoon race we used to do, all sorts of games.
And those special moments where the whole village came together for events like the coronation, did you sense that there was a real spirit, a real community?
Oh yes, it was. It was a farming spirit because we were all connected to the farms. So everyone knew each other. It was like a big family, really.
And I know for you, your grandfather,
Yes.
you have special memories of your grandfather, and I know that you did some special things with him.
Yeah, I still love going haymaking with him. He was a carter, and he had 2 big cart horses, and he was the carter for Powell's farm in Godmanstone, big farm, and we used to go haymaking and cut the corn and put it in sheaths, and they used to toss it and up onto the cart, and then highlights were...
I mean, I think it's interesting going back to the haymaking.
Yeah.
On the film, you saw so many youngsters, so many children being involved.
There was a lot of us, yeah. It wasn't only me, but there's a lot of children used to come haymaking, but I used to go particularly because it was grandfather.
But no cider?
No, we had cold tea.
Cold tea?
Yeah.
Did you get any pennies? Did you get paid?
No.
So it's for the pleasure?
It was lovely. Just to go down there and be amongst it all. Used to get bitten harvesters, but still we used to put up with that.
And did you used to work all day, or was it?
Yeah, it was all go on in the morning and come home at night. But the highlight was either coming back on the cart or on the back of one of the cart horses back to the farm, because we had to bring it back, and then they'd unload it onto the main rick, which was in the main farm. So it was near the farm, so they could easy access to it all.
And I know even at a sort of tender age of 7 or 8, you used to hunt rabbits with your grandfather.
Oh yeah, we used to go trapping. That was nice too. I enjoyed that. I felt very important because he used to let me carry the snares. It was snares, and he used to say to me, we get there, and he'd say, "Give us another one, Maid," because he always called me Maid. He never called us by our names. It was always Maid, and it was lovely just to go be with him. But I never used to go and collect the rabbits after, when we used to go and check and see if we had any in the snares.
So you never used to involve in gutting and skilling?
No. Did a lot of fish, but not rabbits.
And I know around about the same age of sort of 6, 7 and 8. Tell me about the prisoner of war camp in Godmanstone and the fact that, you were very much involved. Well,
it's not that I was involved, but I live on that prisoner of war camp now because they built our houses
Not
there.
in Nissenhout, right?
No. They were all pulled down. But we as children, my sisters and my brother and the rest of the gang in Fry's Lane, we used to go over there in the Nissenhouts and the main dining room actually and lay on shows.
So we had Italians,
we had, before it was closed, there was Italians, Germans, Lithuanians, Estonia, I can't think
So
of it.
different nationalities.
Yeah, Polish.
Yeah.
And talking about those, one in particular was a Lithuanian, and he fell in love with my aunt, and they got married. And his name was Alphonsus Bossas, and he was known as Blondie because he was so blonde. And another one was a Polish man. He married another girl in the village, and his name was Joe Pocus. But it was nice that, you know, everybody encouraged them to be amongst us all. They never, like, shunned them because they were foreign and they'd been in a camp or anything, you know. They're part of the family.
And you used to go up with your friends?
Yeah.
And you
we used to do these shows where they were living. And the beautiful paintings in the dining room of all what the Italians used to do. It was all naval or soldier outfits, all brightly coloured. It was beautiful. But we never took any photos. That was such a shame. We haven't got any recordings of it.
We saw some glimpses of a cricket club.
Yes.
And cricket probably hasn't changed too much in terms of... But I know that you had a very important role, didn't you?
I was a scorer. But I had to be trained first before they let me loose. So, we used to go on a Sunday afternoon down there. It was so peaceful, tranquil, and so relaxing. We had a cricket hut, and all the villagers used to bring along their deck chairs, and they used to sit either side of the main cricket hut. And a little partition was taken off, you know, for the ladies of the village to make teas. And it was cucumber and egg sandwiches with fruitcake.
Of course.
And I could smell that now, really, when you think back, because it used to penetrate in the actual hut when they were making it, you know.
And how special did you feel to have the important role of the store?
Oh, it was quite nice, quite important. I was sat up there on the high chair, you know, looking out.
I mean, over the years, village life obviously has changed. And I know when you think back to when you were a youngster with your parents, you didn't really have to leave the village.
No.
So how do you think things have changed over the decades?
Well, everything was brought to us.
Such as?
Well, my mother used to have a man that comes from Dorset County Stores on a Monday, and he would sit in our kitchen and he'd write down everything she wanted for that week, and it was delivered the next day. And we had the baker, we had butcher, we had milkman, coalman, fishman, knife sharpener, oil man, pots and pans man, Corona man. Anybody remember the Corona man?
Pop man.
All those sort of things. It all was delivered to us.
So how would you sort of compare and contrast the differences between
you've got to go to
there
Dorchester
and
to get everything you want now.
So you have to go out.
I know we've got a little organic shop, but, you know, for other things, you have to go to Dorchester. You've got to make a trek to Dorchester. But in our day, well, when I was growing up, they used to come to us.
I mean, do you miss those days back in the sort of 40s and 50s and 60s? What are your thoughts when you...
Yeah, it was happy times. It was happy times, and it was hard times sometimes.
What was hard?
You used to have to go without sometimes, you know, if it was a bit short, you know, if my dad couldn't get the work, we used to have to, you know, not have the luxuries that maybe we had a couple of weeks before. But, I think we had a lovely childhood, really.
And when you think back to your childhood and you think back to your memories with your grandfather and keeping score and the coronation and all the other sort of community events that you were involved in, what do you feel and think?
Well, I just think I had, I was fortunate to live in the country, which I love, and it was a lovely atmosphere in the village. You know, everyone, like I said, everyone knew everybody. You could walk around, you could walk in somebody's house, or knock on the door and open the door and say, hello, it's only me. But this day and there, you've got to lock your doors before you go anywhere. Even if you just look down the road, you've got to lock your door. But it was so friendly, and you felt so at ease. I did, you know. It was a different life to what it is now, I think.
And you've lost the smallest pub?
Yeah, we lost the smallest pub. That was a shame, really. And that was mentioned in the Guinness Book of Records as being the smallest pub in England. And it consisted of, well, in my day, old bus seats and beer barrels turned upside down for tables. And there was loads of horse brasses all over the place and lanterns and a big pair of smithy bellows outside. But we enjoyed it. We used to go down there weekend with our mum and dad, and we'd sit in the garden and have lemonade and a packet of crisps, keep us quiet. And yeah, it was quite good, really.
And Jane, lastly, are you proud to come from the village of Godmanstone and having lived in that village for so many years?
Yes, I am. Very proud.
Thank you.
That's right.
Jane will be back on stage after our last film, which is coming up now, with Will and Fred. So again, more than happy for as many as you to stay behind and to ask Jane and Fred and Will any questions that you may have. So thank you, Jane.
Thank you.